Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Yeah, you remember last time I said I thought this might take a while? It's taken more than a while. We have been at this for ages, but we have £73,000, and yeah, I've corrected it so that it now displays pounds instead of pence. I'll just get rid of the animal display there. So our combine is still chugging away. We've got the 70-odd thousand pounds, and let me just get into the tractor a minute. We've still got a little bit to go on this field, and then we've got several other fields. So if we just take a quick look, we're in field 5. Field 22 is oats that we're going to want to do. Now, field 5 is the biggest, so we don't necessarily need a much bigger combine, but I think we would be better off with at least a slightly bigger combine. Now, I've been having a look at the combines, and we've got this one here. And if we just take a quick look at the headers, we've got this 18-foot or 5.5 meter header. Now, the next one up for this is the Case Axial Flow 7130. Now, this one is quite a bit bigger, and the header that it takes is a 10.5 meter header. Now, that really is the absolute maximum that we want to get to when we're using headers to get around the farm. Now, the combine, on any farm, the combine is always the most difficult machine to move around. You need it to be as big as you can get it, but you still need to be able to get in and out of the fields. Now, what I've also done is I've gone and had a look at a few different mods and so on. And this here, the Lexion 430, this is actually the combine that I used to drive. That one right there. So I really wanted to get that one. But if you have a look at the header, the C600 that goes with it, that's a 6 meter header. So it's not much of an improvement. So I'm thinking that we probably wouldn't want either of those two. We'd want something a bit bigger. But again, and there's always a but with it, these are quite expensive. 320,000 for the Lexion 600. And that is going to be another machine that is going to be a real squeeze to get through. And this here, the Class Vario, that's a 10.5 meter header. That would be the one. I'm thinking that actually we'd be better off with a 9 meter header. If we get that one, and we go for the Lexion 580. Now, we could go for the tracks or the wheels. We could do either or. It doesn't really matter. But that is my question for today. Which combine do you want me to get? Do you want me to get the Class Lexion 600 or the Class Lexion 580? So head down to the comment section below. If you want the bigger combine, it's option 1, and if you want the slightly smaller one, it's option 2. And I think we're going to go for one of these for this map. We'll go for this one or this one, whichever one you want. So option 1, with or without tracks. Option 2, which is the smaller combine, and then again with or without tracks. So you let me know what you think. In the meantime, what I thought we would do is we would hire another combine. We will hire this one just to see what it's like so that we can test it out to see if we can squeeze it around the map, because I think this one is a little bit too small. It takes too long to do the harvesting. So let me just come out of there. That is my thoughts on the subject. We do need to head on down to the combine. He is ready to empty out. The other thing was the question that I asked you last time, or not last time, the question that I asked you in episode 1, which is for today, was do you want me to turn Withering on or off? And I've tallied up all the votes. Thank you very much for those people who did respond. That is absolutely fantastic. The votes say we need to keep Withering off. So we cannot have our plants withering. So I would just make sure that that is in place. So plant withering is off, and that is how it's going to stay for the duration of this particular series while we're running on Melbury Estate. Tomorrow's one is, do you want me to go for arable or animals, or both? But we'll answer that tomorrow. That's tomorrow's episode. So you decide on the combine, and we'll just empty this one out, and then as soon as it's empty, I'm thinking that we will go and hire that bigger combine, and we'll see if we can get it down to the field. And I'm thinking I'm also going to sell the New Holland. We can just use the hired one for today. We'll finish off this field with the hired one. I'll tell you what, we'll let this one finish up this run. He can come up to the top of the field now. We'll let him finish this bit off. We'll get the hire combine. We'll bring it down to this field, and then see what else we can do. So if I just come up here, then that combine can chase me up the field. Alright, I'll just pull this one up alongside here, and we'll empty out the little bit that we got in the tank. And then we're going to take this up to the yard, and we're going to sell it. And then we're going to get the bigger combine, and we're going to bring that one back down here. Now, obviously, we won't be buying the bigger combine today. It's just going to be a hire machine, so that we can test it out and see what its capabilities are. And it will give us more of an indication as to what we're going to do, which combine we're going to get. Are we going to get the 10.5 meter one, the Lexion 600, or are we going to go for the slightly smaller 9 meter Lexion 580? And this TC5.90, it's TC5.90? Yes, TC5.90 is a good machine, but quite frankly, it has taken me a long time to get through this field. Yeah, not sure about that. Okay, let's go and unhitch this header. I'm gonna take this from inside the cab, fold that down, and now we got the difficult bit. It would help if I had it the right way round. Okay, let's hop out, go and get the next tractor. We'll turn this one around, and then I will take this back up to the shop. We will sell the header trailer, we will sell the header, and we will sell the combine. And then I'm not really sure what we're going to buy. We're going to carry on with a little... Well, we'll at least finish this field, and then I'm not too sure what we're going to do next. Whether we go and harvest the field of oats while we're up here. That might be a good idea, actually. I think that would be really sensible. If we got that field of oats, we could get that harvested. Now, I can't see the trailer very well. I need to line up straight. Last time, it kind of just dropped it through the bottom, and it was a bit difficult to get everything lined up. I did sort of struggle with that. So let's just bring it forward a little bit. Right, that's as far as it'll go. And there, and lower it. And then detach. Is that going to work? No. That's definitely not okay. Right, let's try that again. If I come in round a little bit, we might have to just try and drop it from the top. I think this is roughly where it's got to go. It's really difficult to get these. I really don't like how this works. Okay, let's try that. That's not ideal, is it? That's really not ideal. But while we're here, let's just fold the harvester back up. All it's going to do is just close down the roof there. And if I climb out, there's nothing on this one to secure it to the trailer. Just climb into the tractor. No, there's nothing on there. It just detaches the header trailer and bounces the actual header around. Doesn't really do a lot else. It's got the canola knives left on the front. Okay, I'm going to take this one back up to the sale point. And then I'm going to come back and get that other combine. Let's see what we can do. I've got to try and get it out of this field yet. Getting a 10 meter header in here. Actually, come to think of it, getting a 10 meter header out of here is not going to be that much more difficult than this one. Considering the length of this trailer, the header trailer, this is a particularly long trailer. I think we'll be alright, actually. And... Ooh, that's terrible drive. Let's just quickly take a look. Header trailers. We got the Quattro there. Are we going to need that one? Or can we just keep this one? Can this one take... It doesn't say there. Headers. Suitable. It doesn't say... Right, well, we'll see if we can put this one onto the header, onto this header trailer. It'll save us having to buy a new one, at least. Okay, let's get up to the shop. The trailer's stayed on alright. We've not had any issues with it. Let's just bring it in here. I think rather than trying to sell this one straight away, I'm just going to go straight back and get the combine, and then I can use the combine to put the stuff into the sell spot. We just bring that one over there, and we'll park it here. And we will go and get the combine. I must remember to pick up these patches of canola that are still on this end of the field. Might use that as the initial test with our new combine. Now I've got to get out of here. Now this is always the difficult bit. You can get out the first bit easy enough, but it's when your tail swings round and doesn't hit the gate. Right, I think that was okay. I'm not looking behind me. I'm hoping that there's no cars. Coming up to the bridge here. I wonder if it's going to squeeze through. We can get through the brush on the sides. Ah, yeah, no worries. No worries at all, look at that. Sailing through. This avenue up through here is really going to be the decider as to what sort of machinery we can use on this map. Because if we're trying to come up through with anything too big, we're going to be catching the walls, which is going to be a fair indication that it's too big for the map. Now, I don't want to be using oversized machinery. There's nothing more ridiculous than using something that's 10 times too big for the fields and so on that you want. But like I said before, always the biggest machine that you'll generally find on any farm is the combine. And that's always the one that's really difficult to get through from field to field. It can be quite a struggle. The tractors and the rest of it, usually it's not nearly so much of an issue. So let's pick this one up. Take him off of here. This. Back up. And I think this is the cell box over here. At least I'm hoping so. So let's go and park over here. And we're going to sell both of these, the combine and the header. So I'll just lower that one down. There we go. And climb out. Right. Thank you very much, TC5.90. You've done us proud, but unfortunately it's time for you to move on to pastures new. Going to set you off into the world of second hand. Right, so we can sell that for 90 grand. That's not bad. So that one's gone, and the header as well. That's another 19,200. That gives us £182,000, which is a lot of money. And by the time we get the rest of the canola and the oats and stuff as well, we'll be in a position where we can easily afford, I hope, I really hope, because we got a lot sort of going on. Ooh, crumbs. The 600 is £320,000 and the Lexion 580 is £270,000. That is a huge amount of money, but it's the only harvester that we're going to be buying. We do have a much cheaper option in some of the New Holland ones. And this one here, that's pretty good. I mean, that's suitable for a 9.7 metre header, and it's a lot cheaper. That's £100,000 cheaper than the Lex. Oh no, it's not. 270,000. So we might be better off getting the 580. So I'm going to stand by it. I would really like to have a Lexion because that's what I used to drive. So it's a bit nostalgic for me. I want one of those. But anyway, that aside, we're after the hiring today. Nope. Now, the problem that I've got is I've got to... There we go. Right. It's remembering what the controls are to access some of the different things. So it's the Lexion... not the Lexion, sorry. I've got Lexion on the brain now. The Axial Flow 7130, the case combine. And this is the one that we want. So we're going to rent this for 1 day. Ah. Right, did I do it? Let me go back and see. I don't think so. Okay, let's try that again. There. Oh no, I must have done. So where's it gone? And I want that one there. I want to rent that one. Click that. Rent. Right. So it has picked it up. I'm just not sure where it's put it. And we're going to see if the header trailer can carry this particular combine. So now I've got to see where have they put the new machinery. Right. I got to go and find it now. Well, I've just been on the phone with my long-suffering wife, and apparently the delivery company, or the rental company, has decided to deposit our new combine in the middle of a ploughed field back near the yard. Okay, so, yeah, let's go and get it, shall we? It's in here somewhere, I'm hoping. At least I'm hoping it's in here. It should be in field 1, so I think... Well... Yes, there it is. I can see it just over the top of that wall. You can just see the top of it. So, do I take the header in there? Actually, no. I'm going to put the header here. Oh, actually, no. Yeah. The combine's not going to be able to come straight out of here. Out the way, chicken. Out the way. We'll have to get you some friends soon, I think. Right, that combine is not going to be able to come out through this gate. on its own. So if we just go... Oops, didn't want to do that. If we go and open the gate, we're going to have to mount up in the field. And I got a feeling if this delivery company is going to be delivering our, you know, new machinery and stuff into this field, we don't want this field as a ploughed field. I think we're going to have to plough up another field, and then this one is going to have to be grass. I think if we do this as a grass field. But anyway, let's have a look at this combine and see what it's like. It does look pretty good. Okay? I mean, I know this is costing us an absolute fortune to hire it for one day. I'm hoping that it is going to pay for itself. That does actually look pretty good. The case, Axial Flow 7130. And we have right beside it the TerraFlex header. And has that got a number or anything on it? Any kind of identification? Just TerraFlex. Okay, let's start this bad boy up and see what it can do. It sounds good. I like the sound of it. Let's have a look. See the cab. I don't like that red seat at all. That is awful. Controls. Yeah. Okay, I think we got this. I haven't actually had a read of the operator's manual. I probably should have done. But, you know, I figure we can sort of pick it up as we go along. It's a bit rough in here. We are definitely going to have to put this field to grass, I think. If they're going to be delivering stuff in this field, I don't know why delivery companies do this. They always sort of insist that there's only one place that they can ever deliver, and it's always usually in the wrong place, isn't it? So, yeah, that's my little rant over for the day. Let's... Now, the big question, will it fit on this header trailer? Ooh, you know, I think it might. I think it just might. It's a bit of a squeeze. Ooh, turn the right way. There, it is going to be a bit of a squeeze, but I think we're in luck. I think it's going to be okay. Back up a little bit. I don't want to be too close to that side. That's kind of centered right. There. Dropped off. Okay, that's not even close to being good enough. We need to bring it back a little bit. There. Oops. There we go. Now, that actually looks like it's holding on fairly well. Let's just go and take a look. This is the important bit. Right. Yeah. It's sort of staying on there, I think. I hope it does. I really hope it does. Let's just start off with this one, and we'll see what it does. Come on, then. Can we get it out of here? This is the next one. We've got to get it out of here, and we've got to get it into the next field. I'm going to take a big wide swing on this. This is a long header. It's getting it into the field. So like I said, this is always the most difficult operation. Taking bales of trailers of bales in and out of fields and things like that. That's easy. Anyone can do that. You can just have a slightly smaller trailer, but you want the most efficient header that you can get. So, are we going to be able to swing around these corners? Because it's got a lot of tail swing on it as well. You've got to be conscious of the tail swing that comes out. I think it's going to be alright, you know. Of course, the big question is getting into the field up there. How are we going to do that? Let's just check for traffic, because I've got to have a big swing at right. There's plenty of room for me to get out. Right. So far, so good. We haven't trashed anything. We haven't crashed anywhere. Let's get this up to our field and finish this canola harvest. Don't you just hate it when you get stuck in traffic like this? It's just awful. Don't you just hate it more when you miss the turning that you needed to take, and then you've got to back up with something like this on the back? Yeah, so do I. Okay, this might take a little while. Can we do it? Hopefully there's no more traffic going to come the other way. Well, that bit was easy enough. Now can we do this bit? Can I get straight in, or am I going to have to back into the opposite field? I think we're going to have to come out of cab for this one. There's just no choice in the matter. Right, we can just get through there, but will it straighten up enough? Remember, we got that massive tail swing on it as well. Oh, this isn't looking good. I can back up a little bit, but I don't want to back up too much. Now, this is, like I said, it's always the difficult bit. We are going to come up against that gate post, aren't we? Back it up there. I want to hug this gate as tight as I can. We just have to shunt a couple of times. We done it! Ha ha! We got in! Oh, brilliant! Right, if we can get into this one, I'm hoping. I don't want to drive on the canola there. Hopefully, we can get in with some of the rest, with the other fields. Okay, we've done that one, but it's difficult. I'm thinking maybe we need a slightly smaller header than this. Okay, let's go and get the combine. This one should be easier, because obviously you haven't got the length of it. You've got a big machine here, admittedly, but it should be easier than getting that last one out. What is this? What's this bit right here? Is this... I'm assuming it's just a feeding trough of some sort. Right, let's close the gate. Okay, let's get up to the field with this thing. I want to see what it's like getting out onto the road. This is going to take up a lot of space on the road. It's quite wide. Look at this monster. But he does fit. He fits out here, okay. And the cars. So I should have checked the other way as well. Well, it seems to be squeezing up the road. Yeah, we're just going to have to be careful. It fits. Just. We can just get through. Unfortunately, these cars don't seem to want to slow down for massive, great big machines that are moving up the road towards them. So you just got to be aware of that as you're going. But it does fit. It just squeezes through. This road is definitely more of a squeeze. However, it is getting there. It is fitting. Right, we're going to have an outside view for this. Return sharp here. I probably should have turned a minute ago. So what we'll do is if we back in here slightly... Oh, that was terrible, Frith. Your driving really does leave a lot to be desired. Let's try that again. Shall we? Want to do that again, Frith? Okay. Bring it up to close to the gateway here, and then come round sharp like that. That's better. Now we got lots of room to manoeuvre. Just don't destroy your steps on that gate. There we go. We've squeezed in. Look at that. Oh, I do like this combine. I do like this combine. Right, let's turn those beacons off. And... yeah, I'm driving on the canola again. Let's hitch up our header and see what this beast can do. Right, let's unfold it a minute. There we go. It's coming up and out. We've got a massive tank on this one. I think, what was it? It was a 10,000 litre capacity? Something like that. And we'll just set the reel while we're driving along so that it's ready. You pull it up and you want to extend it out. You want that to go in front and just lightly brush the crop as it comes into the front. Right, let's see what we can do with it. Let's just lower that one down. Sounds good. That sounds really good. I'm going to hop into cab just for this little bit. That does sound good. Right, let's let our workforce carry on with this. Where is he going? Hang on, hang on. I think the FS15 has slightly recoded the help for this map. So instead of it following an exact line every time, it's got because the standard game, it's got, what's it, just 3 or 4 different like routes that it can take. This one, whatever direction you pointed in, it seems to go in, which is actually really, really good, but it's kind of confusing when you're not used to it, and it does mean that you've got to get everything lined up before you start, as this one is not lined up. So let me just bring it round a little bit more. I'll try it like that. There. I do want to use the hired help for this because I want to be able to run alongside it with my tractor, gather up all of this crop. Now, either it has been recoded or I'm just... it's being affected by the contour of the field. I think it has been recoded, which is absolutely brilliant. top marks for this map to be able to do something like that. But look at the speed it is going through it. This is fantastic. It's cutting it. We've got the reel in just the right spot as well. So just after it's cut, it's being pulled back in. So any shatter is occurring above the table and not in front of the table. That's excellent. That is just what we want. We'll let this one carry on down. 2,000 litres already. This combine was definitely worth it. And we've got a couple more fields that we need to harvest. Let's take a look at the map while we're looking at this. Field 22 needs to be harvested. And the next one, I can't quite see it because it says canola directly above it. But yeah, down on the corner of field 5. That one needs harvesting as well. We've got a couple of fields that need to be done. Right, let's see what he's doing, what he does here, because... Is it going to stop? Yeah, I thought it might. The smaller header, it was actually able to handle the lack of extra space. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go on round the field. I'm going to do another loop so that we've got enough room to turn the combine round, as this thing is so humongous. Turn it on. There we go. I'm going to go and do this next loop, and then we can auto-harvest the last of it. Now let's go and grab that load. 80% full. I should actually have a look and see how much. Oh, it is 10,000 litres, I think, that he takes. So 10 tons of canola, which is quite an impressive quantity. You know, the next thing that we're going to need is we're going to need a bigger trailer in order to be able to haul it back to wherever it is, whether we're going to store it or sell it straight away. And in which case, we're going to need a bigger tractor to be able to pull it, because this tractor... It is kind of good, but I don't think it's going to be able to pull a much bigger trailer than this. It does struggle a little bit on the hills. We can try 2 trailers, because we do have another one of these. So we might be able to see what that does. And do I take this, or do I... Oops. I'm not very good at this. I don't think I'm going to fit the rest of this crop into this trailer, so I think I'm going to go and sell this, and then we'll come back for the last of it. Don't forget to put the cover on, Frith. You don't want to be getting loads of leaves and everything in there while you're driving. Our employee seems to have left a little bit behind. He doesn't seem to be the most efficient operator. But yeah, that aside, what we're looking at is... this is the day's question, is the important question. Do we want to get a class Lexion 600? Answer number 1 if you want the 600, and then just say wheels or tracks, for depending on which one of these you want. Or do you think we should get... Oops. Wrong way. Or do you think we should get the class Lexion 580? And again, say wheels or tracks. So the 600 is 1, and the 580 is 2. Please answer in the comments down below. And the difference between them mainly is not so much the size of the combine, but the size of the header that they will take. If we have the smaller combine, it will be a 9-meter header, and if we have the larger combine, option 1, we will have the bigger header, the one that we've got right now, same size as the one we got now. So option 1 for the bigger one, option 2 for the smaller one. Please head down below and give me your vote. That would be absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go on and finish this field up. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.